Hey glam dolls and glam gents, I am back with another video. Here is a beautiful set that I created. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful set. They are sculpted and they are just the most gorgeous nails I have ever seen. Yeah, so if you're interested in seeing how I achieve this look, stay tuned. These are the products I'm actually going to be using today. This is an acrylic from a company called Diva DC. This was a company that I actually found out about from some YouTube subscribers that I'm subscribed to, some nail technicians. And this is one of the products that, you kind of went with the flow, and that's what I kind of did with this product. And I bought a bunch of stuff, and I bought this maybe a year and a half or so ago, and I still have it because of course I wasn't going to throw it away. But how I actually found out that this company had MMA acrylic powders and monomers, I actually stopped using it, of course, because I was unaware at that time that's what it was. Like I said, these products were one of those products where I purchased it because other popular YouTubers that does nails were using the products, and of course, well, maybe they weren't aware of it at the time, but I bought a bunch of different powders and just different things from their company. And like I said, they ended up having MMA acrylics. That is the acrylic used for dental, in the dental field, and that is not the type of acrylic that is FDA approved for nails. You're actually supposed to use MMA free acrylic. So as you can see, this acrylic, it does have a composition of ethyl methyl acrylate and methyl methyl acrylate, which is MMA. So it actually has a mixture of both. So I actually stopped using this, but because I have such big containers, I have some in pink and other colors and stuff that they had, and because I don't want to throw it away, I just use this when I'm doing demos on my practice hands. So that's what I'll be using it today in this video. So this is not a product that you can actually go online and still purchase, because they actually removed the website, so they're no longer in business at all, not unless they're under a new name that I'm not aware of. But I'm going to be performing a full set on my nail hand, and I did order this nail hand off of eBay, and I know I only paid $10. It might have been a few cents less than $10, but it was no more than $10 for this practice hand. And it came, let me actually show it to you, it came with this base and the hand for like $10, and it's made with the suction at the bottom, and you attach it to a surface. But one thing it does not do is stay. It attaches for a few seconds and then it pops up. So what I'm actually using is a stand for my mannequin's head, and I just set it on there for the loop. And yeah, that's what I'll be using today in this video for that. But this is, like I said, they come with this base. As you can see, they come with this base, and yeah, it doesn't stay securely to your table. So that's what I'm going to use as far as this. I'm not going to show you on my fingers because I'm actually getting ready to do me a set after I finish recording. And yeah, but in this video, you're going to need, of course, your acrylic, whatever you're using, your brush. This is a number 20 Kolinsky oval brush. These are my absolute favorite size brushes to use when I am doing full sets on myself or my clients. Yeah, I've really had these brushes for quite a while. I am going to be doing some designs on them in the future. But yeah, of course you can see I have gotten much wear and use out of these brushes, and I have a few others in different designs. But yeah, you're gonna need a brush. You're gonna need some monomer. This is some monomer that I'm gonna be using. I do like this monomer. It is a bubblegum monomer, and it's from a young lady that I purchased my nail acrylic products from, and I'll do a video on all of the things I own from her. Her name is Janari, and she owns a nail supply company called Luxury Nail Supplies. I'm just going to show you a few of her acrylics. This is her brand. luxury nail supplies, and I pretty much own, I'm not gonna say all of her acrylics because she has so many, but I have so many acrylics from her. They are so pigmented, they are so buttery and smooth, and they have the absolute best color payoff. So this is what I'll be using as far as her monomer from her line. Like I said, she has acrylics and a whole bunch of other nail supplies, rhinestones, decorations for your nails, whatever you name it. She has it, UV lamps, all of that. She has that stuff. But this is her bubblegum monomer. It does have a pleasant smell, but it does still have a strong smell to it. And this is a very fast setting monomer. So I'm actually going to use this in this set today because I don't want to waste my monomer that I normally use on myself and my clients, which is my E-Nail Couture. This is one of my absolute favorite monomers to use. If you have not used it, then I do recommend you go and purchase this. And they do have it in bigger bottles. That was my smaller bottle, and this is the bigger bottle. And they do have it in even bigger sizes than this. He has the big gallon jugs as well. But that is one of my favorite monomers, as well as my monomers from Nail Nails. I love using their monomers. Very great company. So between those two monomers, those are the ones I use. But because I don't typically use these on my nails or my clients' nails, because of such a fast set with the powders, it sets very fast, so you don't have much time to work with your designs. So I'm going to use this in this video because this design is going to be straight to the point. It's not going to be anything that I'm going to have to worry about being able to maneuver my acrylic too much. But yeah, she has very great products, y'all. I do recommend her for just about anything as far as your nail needs. So I'll leave some information for her stuff down below. And I ordered a bunch of these back last year sometime, and around October, November, something like that. And I had a problem with these because I'm gonna show you how they look. I have a total of 12 of them in just a variety of color ranges: blues, yellows, red, purples, green, pink. And these are gel colors, and they are, like I said, in different colors, and I just put the color on top of each one so I'll know. But if I can show you one thing, and this has been like a year since I've done this, and they're still wet. They are still wet and they move, as you can see. And I have not gone back in since a year ago, about a year ago. And not even a year, well, I'm saying a year. A couple of months ago. So back in October, November of 2017 is when I actually purchased these, I think. And it's 2018. This is July of 2018. So it's been a couple of months and they are still wet. But what I found out is that they do not cure in a UV lamp. So when I first started using, tried these products out once I purchased them, I actually ordered these off of Banggood. And I think I paid about $12 for all 12 colors. And when I cured them in my UV lamp, I noticed they were still wet. Didn't dawn on me to use the LED lamp at the time. I just don't know why, but I did own and still do own an LED lamp as well as a UV lamp. And I noticed that it cures. It absolutely cures in an LED lamp in about 60 seconds. So that was a big plus because I was getting ready to throw these away because I just thought I bought some garbage paint, gel color paint. But they are of a very great consistency. They're not runny. They are very pigmented. Like I said, I own a whole bunch of the colors. This is the red. Yeah, so they are very pigmented, and I do like them. But yeah, I'm going to jump into the video because I don't want to make this video too long. And I have one more thing to show you what I'm going to be using, and this is one of my custom glitter mixes, and I named this one Futuristic. I have a daughter that helped me do acrylic mixes from time to time, and we made a whole lot of acrylic mixes and we named them, and this one is called Futuristic. So this is what we'll be using in the video today. It is so pretty. We love it. But that's what we're going to use today, and I'm going to actually show you how it looks. And it looks like this, and this is the actual design that we'll be doing today on my training hand. So yeah, if you want to see how we achieve a full set with this design, then stay tuned. Okay, so for starters, you want to make sure that you are starting by pushing your cuticles back. And of course, this is a training hand, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. So you want to make sure you're pushing the cuticles back on your client, and you want to go in with a cuticle bit. This is the cuticle bit that I use. It's just a very small cuticle bit, and I actually have this bit in a few different sizes. I actually have one smaller than this, and I actually have one a lot more pointed than this, but they're all cuticle bits and I love them. And you go in, I'm not going to do this, like I said, to the nail trainer hand because this is a nail trainer hand and I'm not going to worry about it. But you go in with it very lightly and you just clean up the side walls and your cuticle area. And once you finish that, you're going to spray your hand down with some type of antiseptic or either alcohol. I use 91% isopropyl alcohol for that step. And then you proceed with your full set. So today I'm actually going to be using nail forms. I'm actually going to sculpt this set. I'm not going to use the tips as I normally would. And I'm going to be using my E-Nail Couture nail forms. These are the absolute best nail forms. I would not trade this company and their forms for the world. I ordered this and I got a roll with 250 in it, 250, and I paid like $13.99. So that was a super steal, and that is their regular price for these forms. So grab you some of those, and that website is enailcouture.com, and that's, if you're familiar with Max Estrada, that is his nail line, and that is where I told you my favorite monomer came from as well. So we're gonna jump right into this video because, like I said, I don't want to make it too long, but I do want to show you how to do this set. So when we pull our forms off of the roll, they actually come off in two parts, the tab and the form. You want to make sure you're taking this tab and sticking it directly behind there so it doesn't stick. And you want to make sure you go in right above, right below, under your free edge of the nail. And you want to place it together. Now these forms are the absolute best, y'all. If y'all have a problem with forms like I did in the beginning, just buying forms from different companies that did not stick, that they moved and shifted, you know, when you were doing the set, then I definitely recommend you grab a roll from this company because they are the bomb. Now my training hand has wires in it, so I am able to move the fingers, you know, around as I need to, but it does require me to hold the finger in place when I do, which is absolutely no problem for me. So that is how you place a form, and I'm going to come back after all the forms are placed, and yeah. Okay, so here I am getting ready to apply the acrylic, and my mix already has acrylic in it when I made it. So we're actually going to grab that, and I'm going to place a bead right at the beginning of the form. And you're just going to begin laying it into the shape of the nail. We're going to be doing long stilettos. I'm actually sculpting that nail. And I'm pressing in the sides because you want to keep that nail as crisp as you can. I'm just laying that just like that. And I think I want to go a little longer. Just a little longer. Yeah, we're going to go to this extent. And these forms are numbered, so this nail actually stops at the number 11 as far as lengthwise. And that's one thing I do love about these forms. You're able to know where to stop on each nail. So you're going to grab another bead and you're going to place it onto the nail. And you don't want to grab too much acrylic because we're going to encapsulate this nail. You don't want to make it too bulky. And y'all, this video is extremely difficult to record, especially trying to stay in frame of the camera and not getting acrylic on the cuticle area or anywhere else. But yeah, this is how we're laying it. And I'm going to go in with that clear acrylic that I showed you beginning, the one from DVDC. I'm going with that acrylic. And we're just going to cap the nail. In clear acrylic. And that's to keep whatever we encapsulating on the nail during the filing and buffing process. So we're gonna add a bead. And like I said, this monomer is a very fast setting monomer, so as you can see, I have no time to actually play around with the acrylic once I place it on the nail. So I'm just capping the rest of the nail. And you want to make sure you turning your fingers on all angles to make sure you're getting everything. And you're going to proceed to the next nail and do the same thing. So same thing, I'm going to take my monomer and I'm going to start sculpting my nail. You don't want to do it too thick, so keep your layers very thin, but not too thin when you're working. And you want to keep your fingers on a downward angle. And I keep hitting this camera. You want to keep it on a downward angle so that your acrylic can just flow into place. And here we've sculpted it to the number 9 mark, so we have 2 more to go. So yeah, like I said, as you see, this monomer sets very, very fast. Now I'm going to go back in work towards my cuticle area. We're just going to build that up just like this. I absolutely love this glitter mix that we made. I just have all kind of fine glitters and chunky things in here. Like I said, keep your layers thin. And during the course of you doing your full set, you want to make sure you're cleaning your brush in either brush cleaner. Normally I typically use acetone, but that can cause some damage to your brush over time. So I do recommend you get a brush cleaner. I do use a brush cleaner from Nails, and it's very conditioning as well. So yeah. So if you can tell, this nail is really turning out beautifully. I'm going to move to the next nail. Like I said, with these fingers, I have control up to an extent, so it's very difficult at times to maneuver this hand, even though it has the wires in it for you to do so. And that's just because this that's just how this hand is made. When you're applying your acrylic, you want to make sure you're actually patting it out so it can lay as even as possible. Staying away from the cuticle area. Make sure you're pressing it out, and if you happen to get any around the cuticle, immediately clean it, because you don't want to end up causing irritation to your hand or your client's hand. So just encapsulating this nail with the clear acrylic again. that one is encapsulated. Let's do the tip of that one. And a very small bead. And I'm going to repeat the same thing to the pinky finger. I'm just opening this form out just a little bit more. It's actually closed out and a little too tight. Don't want to make the nail that narrow. So with the forms, you do have control of how wide or how narrow you are wanting to make your nail. With these nails, I'm just extending it to the width of the actual nail on the hand. And yeah, y'all, this is basically it in sculpting the nail. You want to try your best to sculpt as smooth and evenly as you can, so you can avoid all the extra filing, you know, at the end of your set of nails. So it's not a bad thing, especially if you're practicing. You know, it takes time. But if you just absolutely have a rough time laying your acrylic and stuff smoothly, just keep working on it, practicing on it. I mean, of course, that's what they do make these hands for. Perfect your skill. And I definitely watch a lot of YouTube videos with other nail techs, and very inspired all the time at the things they do. And you know, I constantly learn new tricks, new ways to do different things. You know, no matter how long I've done nails, there's always something new that you can learn doing nails, or just doing anything that you probably, you know, love. There are new ways and things to do nails, and you know, it just takes all of finding out new trends and trying them out. Practice makes perfect. So I didn't learn how to do nails overnight. You know, I did nails a few years ago, and I actually stopped doing it for my own personal reasons. And I continued back doing nails about a year or so ago, year and a half, 2 years ago. So it's definitely a process. But if this is something you love, then I definitely, you know, recommend that you stick to it. Stick to it. You know, everything is not going to be easy off when you're first starting. But anything worth having is worth fighting for. You know, it's worth the blood, sweat, and tears. It's definitely worth that. So, and then the best thing that you can see come out of it is, you know, your growth. Looking back over the years, you know, when you first started, that's what really makes it all worth it, you know, seeing your growth. And just watching your skill level increase. So that's always a beautiful thing. So those are encapsulated, and now we're going to work on this thumb. So for the thumb is going to be quite a challenge, so I'm actually going to remove the hand from the stand, and I'm actually going to sculpt like this for you all. And it being that I have to hold this, I can actually show you a little closer in the camera how it looks from up close. So you definitely want to pay attention if you're not familiar with a certain technique that I'm using. I'm just doing a basic sculpting of the nail, nothing fancy really. It's just a matter of controlling your beads and controlling the amount of liquid you use. So you want to be mindful of your powder to liquid ratio, and that is something definitely that comes over time. Learning not to put too much monomer, too much polymer, because that can, you know, interfere with your sets turning out, you know, like they're supposed to turn out. With these forms, even though they're stiletto forms, you can shape coffin nails or square nails out of them. It just depends on how you know, fold your forms. But it is possible. So if you have stiletto forms, then don't worry about buying, you know, ones that are made specifically for square shaped nails, because they are multi-use. You can use them for pretty much whatever shape you want. So I'm trying to get this one to number 11. We have two more. We're at number 9. So we're going to sculpt that to number 11, and we are at number 11. Again, make sure you're turning your finger, client's finger, whatever you're using, to make sure you have those sidewalls evenly distributed. So as you can see, I have an absolutely beautiful glitter mix, and I can't wait to do me a set with these on it. But I had to come and show you all how it looks, so I decided to do this on my nail hand, because I knew that I would be doing a different set, and I want to go ahead and use this glitter up and show you all how it looks. I will be selling my glitter mixes and stuff soon, so you all can stay on the lookout for that. Yeah, I hope I'm not out of focus too long. I know it goes in and out, so yeah, we're gonna encapsulate this, the clear. And it really is going to show its color payoff once I top coat it. So yeah, this is the set. And of course, once we remove the forms, and we'll go in and do the shaping. So these nails are already ready. Like I said, this is a very fast setting. And how you test the acrylic to see if it's ready for filing. If you hear that solid sound like you hear there, see how you don't hear anything here? It's not ready. That's how you can tell whether a nail is ready for the removal of the forms or just ready for filing period. So that's how those look. And we're gonna let that thumb dry for a few more seconds, and then we're gonna remove the forms and come back in and file. Okay, so now these nails are ready to be taken off of the form. And one thing I do love about these forms, they are very sturdy, very tight holding. So it does take quite a bit of pulling to disconnect them from the sculpted nail, but I do love them because they do not move when you're sculpting the nail. And we're gonna take this thumb off. And again, for this thumb, we just have to remove it from the form itself. So yeah, y'all, just wait on it. We're gonna shape these and file and buff these, and then we're gonna top coat these beauties and show you what they are working with. Okay, what I'm actually doing now is I'm going in with my cuticle bit, and I'm going on my lowest speed, and I'm just gonna clean up around the cuticle area. We're going to clean up each nail. And once we finish cleaning up this nail, the cuticles, then I'll be right back to show you how to file it. So now I'm going in with my shaping. And when you're shaping the side walls of your nails, you want to make sure you're holding your file down on an angle. I kind of stress this in all of my videos. This was just a trial and error thing that I know that actually can save a lot of arm work. So these are the stilettos that I'm working on. So instead of going directly flush to the nail on the side, we're actually going to angle the file like this. We're not going to use it straight across. We're going to angle the file, and that's how we get that nice crisp line that you see. Same thing on the side. We're actually angling the file, which creates that very crisp sharp line. So again, angle it. And again, another thing that I stress is make sure you have some fairly new files or in great condition, because if you have something that's kind of worn down, you're actually going to put in more arm work than actually necessary to actually get that crisp clean line. You're going to overwork yourself. So make sure you have some pretty decent hand files. Now I do go in with the my electric drill, and I smooth everything out. Yeah, so I smooth everything out like this. You're gonna make sure you're coming around the side of the nails like this. Just surround that out. Make it smooth. So you should have very nice, crisp, sharp stiletto nails. When I wear my stiletto nails, I do like to wear them fairly sharp, although I have to be careful when I'm wearing them, because I do actually poke myself sometimes and other people. So again, as you can see how I'm laying it towards the side, and you see how crisp of an angle I get like that. So yeah, again, I'm gonna come around the cuticle area. And it's good to use a curved file like this, because you can get to that cuticle area a lot better when you clean it up. So here's my thumb. And again, I'm holding that on an angle. And you can start to see that line forming, that crisp line. So when shaping your nails, you just want to make sure your angling is pretty much perfect. Because that's what's going to give you that nice stiletto shape. So I'm just going to go back in and take this file and just run it over the nail. They're just to kind of smooth it out. Like I said, laying the acrylic on the forms as smoothly as you can. It will prevent a lot of all the filing and stuff. As you can see, I'm not doing that much filing. I'm doing as the minimum, the very minimum. I'm doing the very minimum of filing. So yep. I want to go in and show you the shaping of them. And this is the side angle of them. Now when you're wearing your nails this long, because it's for, of course, demo purposes on the nail, if you actually have a client with nails this long, you're actually gonna make them a little thicker than this. You don't want to have them this thin, but you don't want to have them very thick either. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna spray it. Just gonna spray the hand with some alcohol, or if you have some type of antiseptic spray, you can use that. I'm just using alcohol. And we're gonna wipe the nails down before we actually go in a top coat. We're actually going to place a design on this, so to keep me from going over it twice with the top coat, I'm going to go ahead and design the nails. And then we'll top coat everything after it's finished. And yeah, we'll be finished the nails after that. So let's get into this designing the nail. So we're actually going to go in with this design, and I'm just using that paint that I showed you in the very beginning. And these are just some 3D nail brushes, and this is a number 1, and we're just gonna go in and line the edges of the nail. So I'm gonna do that on both sides, and then we're gonna do the cuticle area as well. So as you can see, this nail paint is pretty pigmented, so not going to take as much to design these. So that's that design on that one, and we're going to do this for all the fingers. And I like to do the sides of the finger first. So we're not going to do a whole lot to the nail. This is basically the design. And we're just going to top coat it. And this will be a nice simple set. Because this is a gel paint, you can easily just wipe off any errors that you make, mistakes that you make doing your nail design. So you can wipe off as many times as you want, because this color does not dry until you actually cure it in the lamp. So yeah, using gel paint is a very great advantage when designing nails. A lot of people use the acrylic nail paint, which I like as well, but for time's sake, this is a great option. And you know, time is money, so it's definitely a plus to have ways to save time and still make, you know, the desired amount that you want to make. And I'm sorry, y'all keep seeing me hitting my camera. That's just because on certain angles, I do not have my camera attached to my nail station now, but somehow I still managed to hit my camera. Just holding the hand on an angle and recording is definitely a task within itself. So it may look simple to record and, you know, do a set, but it's actually a lot of work behind it. Not just with the editing and things of the video of that nature, but just designing, because you have to make sure you stay in frame and hold your hand on a certain angle. So it's a pretty complicated task, but I get it done because I am so passionate about nails and just art, being able to create, you know, things that others have not, you know, yet tried. So I have 2 more nails to go. I'm gonna finish those 2 and I'm gonna come back and show you the end results after they cure and with the top coat. So yeah, y'all, this is the finished result of the full set. And I just added a few little crystals to the nails. But yeah, y'all, that is the design that we did today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, comment, and subscribe to my video, and I'll see y'all next time.